From There Is No Sanctuary Studios of Arizona, Umar Nurmagomedov is out of UFC Nashville. McGregor loses it. Power Slap King Ryan Phillips live with the MMA-Holes. Welcome. Welcome, friends, to the MMA-Holes Live. It's Wednesday night. We are here. We are wonderful. My name is Chris, King of the Dragons, Mystic Moss, whatever you want to call me. I'll be your host for the evening, and we're going to talk about the crazy stories that are going down. I mean, Umar Nurmagomedov is out of UFC Nashville. What? I don't know what they're going to be doing. I'm going to try to figure out who's going to slide in for that. McGregor finally gets a win at Tough 31. The one stream we decide not to react to. I play video games. I get high on the second channel, and everyone jumps in the chat and says, yo, McGregor won. We'll talk about that. He loses his mind. And also, McGregor runs around and there's something happening at a funeral. So we'll talk about that, I guess. Before we went live, rumblings. I see rumblings on the internet about all crazy stories on what's next for Islam. And it's the UFC is nuts right now. It's absolutely nuts. Is Paulo Costa going to fight Khamzat Chimaev? All crazy stuff going on in the world of the UFC. So we'll talk about that stuff tonight. But more importantly, I want to introduce you guys to a new friend of the show over here. Okay, now, there's a thing called Power Slap. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about this, but here on the show, we've reacted to it a couple of times. We've dragged some UFC fighters on the show. We've watched it together, and we are just very confused here on the MMA-Holes, but this is a badass sport. So why not have someone explain this Power Slap as we go into our guest room over here? This man's a king, and we're glad to have him on the show. A warm round of applause for Ryan King Phillips live on the MMA-Holes.
Hey, baby, what's up, baby? How you doing, Chris?
I am doing well, Ryan. Hey, man, thanks for coming. And you're King of Kings, correct?
That is correct, buddy. There's only one, and that's the king, baby.
There we go. Well, welcome to the program. And I've been waiting to talk about Power Slap with someone that actually competes with this. So you're the first person to come on the show to talk about Power Slap, and who better than you, right?
You know it. I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, man. We're taking over one step at a time.
So we've done a couple of streams here, and we were trying our best to give it a strong go. And I did laugh, and I screamed and yelled, and I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then we kind of veered off, and now we see there's a season 2. So I need you to help us out here. First, I want to get into the backstory of how you got into it and all that fun stuff. But help me out with Power Slap. To the people that are the haters, the people that are saying, hey, Dana, stop force-feeding us this. Explain to me why we should really pay attention to this sport.
All right. Well, you know, we got a lot of great characters on the show. There's a lot of people there that are fighting for their lives, fighting for their families. And you just definitely check in just for that alone. You know, the guys' stories, the backstories are heartwarming. And, you know, there's some badasses on this, you know, so support them. They come from your states. They come from your cities, you know, and they're doing big things. Now, you know, it's just a growing sport. Right now, Power Slap is king. You know, we're number one. But it's been a sport for many years now. It's just becoming more regulated and more of an organized sport with rounds, rules, safety. We have doctors on site, things of that sort. But, man, it's just a hell of a ride. You watch someone get slapped, knocked out real quick. You know, it takes you a couple minutes. You laugh, you cry, you know, and you walk away, you know, with a smile on your face. And you might tell your buddies. It's just pure entertainment. It's a break from the chaos of MMA. You know, I've seen some people running away from in the cage from punches. You'll see none of that here in Power Slap. We're putting our chin across the table and we're taking them one slap at a time.
Are you referring to the young ladies fight that happened this past weekend?
I'm not naming any names, man. We all know what I'm talking about.
You know, that it's funny that you mentioned that. Yeah, one thing I noticed with Power Slap is I said it like this, and please don't take any offense. I said it looks like you're on the line, you're at Home Depot, and you turn around and you see a bunch of guys buying some wood. Like it seems like that's what it looks like. You don't think athletes are this and that, but there is some sort of technique to this, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot of technique, a lot of little niches that we have with our slap, with our defense. that you might not pick up on, but it's something that we're teaching, and it's something that we're improving on. And as the sport grows, there's going to be different techniques and absolutely different characters coming to the stage. But yeah, if you really get into it and you really dig deep and look into what we're doing, you'll find that there is technique, and maybe persuade you into believing that it's a sport. I know it's hard, but I think it's more sports entertainment rather than a sport. We can go that route.
Sports entertainment. That's fair. And I noticed they use the same formula as Tough, right? It seemed like they put you guys in a house, you guys get to a couple of arguments, then at the end of the day, you got to slap the shit out of each other. What's like, was that weird? Like so first of all, forgive me for not knowing too much about this. My head's in the clouds. So you're going to give us a little bit of a, help us figure out how this thing works. So
hey, that's why I'm here, Chris.
So when you got into Power Slap, is that what they told you? Hey, this is the Ultimate Fighter with slapping? Like, how did they explain this to you, and how did you find out about it?
Yeah, it was that was basically it. What happened was there was a posting on Facebook that they were looking for people to invoking a new sport, quote unquote. A lot of people were able to sign up that way. I actually got a call from Gary DeFranco, who works on the Ultimate Fighter itself. And he asked me if I'd like to be on, because my friend told him, like, hey, I have someone that would be great for your new endeavor with slap fighting. And we did a qualifier back in March 2022, which was underground. No one knew about it. We just filmed it at the Apex. There was a camera crew running from the Grammys all the way to us to film the show. It was nuts. But we had a qualifier, and that's what basically got us into the house. And then how I found out about the house, obviously, I was the main event with the One-Eyed Wolf. We put on the hell of a show. We sold the show, and then they invited me on.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, this slapping has been going on for a while. I noticed Logan Paul kind of made it viral, right? He did something where he slapped some dude, and it went everywhere. And it seemed like Dana White had the light bulb go over his head and say, okay, I want part of this. What's it like meeting Dana White? What's he like?
Oh, Dana White's a badass, man. That guy is a boss, and you can just feel the energy when you're in the room with that guy. But he's getting buffer. He's getting tougher. The guy's on this diet. I don't know what it is, but he's living like he's 25 now. When he shakes your hand, you feel like your arm's gonna get ripped off. He's just, he's the man. I can't say anything bad about him. He's just the man. Everyone has a bad perception about him for some reason. They need to chill the fuck out, and respect the guy at the top of the mountain.
It seems like he's pushing all his chips forward, and he's really invested in Power Slap. And it's got to be interesting because you guys are on the ground floor, right? Like, if you think about the Ultimate Fighter and you think the UFC way back when everyone was shitting on it and saying, hey, this is a joke, this is human cockfighting. Like, that's basically what he's trying to do here, it seems like. He's trying to do it all over again with Power Slap. So do you get butterflies when you think about that? Like, this thing could be like the UFC down the road?
Man, I do, and sometimes I have to pinch myself to even make believe that I am in this position right now. It's pretty badass. Some guy called me Hoist Gracie of slap fighting, and Hoist Gracie, he was the pinnacle of fighting back when UFC first started. So that was a big respect to me. It's nuts. It's definitely something that could end up being as big as the UFC one day. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, and listen, we have doubters in our chat right now. I'm a doubter as well. Like, I got to be honest with you. Like, when I first when I first saw it, I was like, okay, I'm on board. This looks like a car crash. I got to watch this thing, right? And we did. We invited like Jordan Levitt on the show and Devin Clark, some of these UFC guys, and dude, they were hilarious. Like, they were watching this thing and they were just as much in shock as us. And some of the fighters did say, well, this feels like, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, a slap in the face to the MMA fighters, right? A lot of the guys think that. So, like, to those athletes out there that are like, man, Dana's giving all this attention to Power Slap, and they're pushing the UFC aside, what would you say to the MMA fighters?
Well, first, Dana does own Power Slap, okay? He is the face, but that's the only connection we have to the UFC is Dana White. And as far as the staffing is concerned and who does the production and things like that. But really, we're our own separate organization. Our president is Frank Lemacella. So when you see Dana doing his thing at UFC, that's what this guy Frank is doing. He is the Dana White of power slap. So I don't think Dana's putting all of his time into power slap per se. I think obviously the guy's a genius, so he's able to counteract the time. But he has a great team that's all brand new. You'll start to meet over time that is taking care of power slap themselves and is running show. Sometimes Dana White comes by and rolls with the press conferences, or he's in the crowd watching the show. Obviously, that's one of the most electric shows around. So no, I would say relax. Everyone can relax. There's room for someone else,
Yeah, sure. And it's funny, like I watched the last behind the scenes, a lot of the media going to power slap, and it seems like there hasn't been much negative from the media. They seem like they're all having a blast. Like, it doesn't seem like a typical sporting event. It kind of seems like a party, and then it just so happens people are slapping the shit out of each other as the party's going on. What's the vibe like at the power slap? It's at the Apex, correct?
Yes, our shows are at the Apex at this time. We're moving around soon, though.
Okay. So wait, so traveling from state to state and setting up shop? Not big arenas though, right? Or like, what are we talking about?
To be announced. But yeah, we're definitely going to be going state to state, just like the UFC. We're not just going to stay in the Vegas. We're actually going to go to Abu Dhabi for our seasons 2 and 3 of Power Slap Road to the title. So that's something you got to watch out for. But yeah, it's we're just waiting for all the regulations to go through, and we're looking to build some more stars so that we can put some butts in those seats.
So now help me out here. So you were a competitor and then a coach, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, I ended up unfortunately 2 days before my fight for the Power Slap Ultimate Fighter per se, I blew my bicep and tore it, and it rolled up into my shoulder. So I'm injured right now.
Wow. Okay, this is a slap injury.
This is a slap injury, yes, sir.
That's so. What happened? You're cranking, winding up, and when you connected, it rolled back.
Yeah, I was practicing on a dummy, and I cracked it as hard as I can, trying to show off, show that power. And unfortunately, it bit me in the butt, and my bicep blew out and tore up into my shoulder blade. It was crazy.
Oh my God. So you must have been devastated, right? This happens, and are you thinking like all the worst things, like holy fuck, that's it for me?
So it pissed me off, I'll tell you that. And like I said, it's 2 days before my fight. It's probably the biggest fight of my life, and it just aggravated me, and I just used that anger to actually put me in the fight, because everyone told me not to fight. Everyone said, you need surgery, you shouldn't fight, this, that. I'm like, no, I'm fucking fighting, because this is first of all, it was the only heavyweight match from 2 guys that actually lived through the house. And secondly, I would be disrespecting my opponent for having to go through that stressful moments and not having a match, period. So, I still fought with all I had. I gave it with the left, because that's something special about slap fighting. This arm was done, but I still got my other arm, right? Mm-hmm. So I went with the left, and it was a close match, I must say. Unfortunately, I fouled, and I think that's what gave it to the guy. But I tried my hardest, and I got a lot of respect from everyone. Definitely from Dana too. Yeah,
I'm sure. Man, oh man. So now you're a coach. Now you're coaching the guys over here. That's got to be pretty a proud moment, right? I mean, you went from like competitor to now telling everyone, hey, how you should slap these people. Are you like a drill sergeant coach? What kind of coach are you?
Nah, man. I am who I am, brother. What you see is what you get. I'm a good guy. I'm gonna be fair with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, however, and sometimes the truth hurts. A lot of people don't like that. So no, I'm a good coach. I like to get down to the small details. I like to explain a lot, and as you can see, actually some of the guys you'll see are actual killers, man. The ones that are training underneath me, woo. doing some big things.
I bet. Now, I just want to say in the chat live, if you're jumping in, King Ryan Phillips is a gentleman that competes in Power Slap. He's now coaching, and it's an interesting story. You're a bunch of feral animals. I see you all riled up saying, oh, fuck this guy, whatever. Calm the fuck down. Give it a chance here, for God's sakes. And listen, like I said in the beginning, I'm not the biggest fan right yet. But I don't know. I tried it, and I was like, okay, I think I've had enough. But we are not really. We don't really know you guys, right? As people, athletes, and competitors. So I noticed with the UFC, the more we know these fighters, the more we become attached, and then we want to see them compete. So let's go to your backstory real quick. So I noticed a couple other podcasts. You mentioned that you do have some sort of martial arts training or something.
Yeah, back in the day when I was younger, I did a lot of Taekwondo, trained out of J.H. Kim Karate, who's actually a historical figure in the martial arts world, if you look him up. Done that. I used to hang out with friends who were all black belts and in different disciplines. We used to train a lot together, goof around, but, I would take that as training too because we would go hard. And through then, I did Muay Thai, and then I joined Strong Style, which, as you know, is Stipe Miocic's gym. Also, Alexa Kamer, who's going to fight here in Nashville on August 5th. Did a lot of boxing, did some MMA work there, and just lifting. I'm a really good lifter. I know what I'm doing as far as the weights are concerned. Might not look like it right now because I'm injured and I've been doing nothing for the past couple of months here. But you'll see the physique turning into the golden god here soon, baby. But I've always been someone who's been rough and tough, and I would be that guy you would call on if there was something crazy going on. I love violence, I guess. I've grew up on 80s action movies, which was the golden period. I mean, there's nothing that compares anymore. And, it's just with slap fighting, I know it's crazy, but unfortunately I was going to go into the boxing world. I was going to try to be a pro boxer. They were actually setting me up. I had great trainers. I was looking good. They were really excited about it, but unfortunately I had some really, really tough family issues to go through, which unfortunately inhibited me to continue. And that's a story with a lot of guys. Some guys miss the boat with MMA, or they want to try a sport, but they don't have the money to train properly or stuff like that. But this gives us all an outlet. I love this. It's something different, something new. It's definitely confusing. I could tell you're confused, Chris. I know everyone in the chat's probably like, fuck you, but hey man, it's good for me. It's good for a lot of people's families. A lot of these guys have kids. We're making money. Don't be pissed off at us. We're just performing and trying to make you guys laugh and smile. So I just say embrace it. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I tell you what, you'll watch a knockout, you'll probably say this is enough for me, but you'll see it down the road again and you'll probably pick it right back up.
And you make a good point. It's not like if someone doesn't like this type of sport, you shouldn't shit on the athletes. That is a little ridiculous, right? And that's where my mind went in the beginning. I was just like, oh, look at these guys. What the hell? Where'd they find these dudes? And then you realize these are human beings as well. These are people that have to feed their families, and they're trying to do something crazy and have a little fun at the same time. And I mean, essentially, you're standing at a podium, you're holding a fucking pool noodle behind your back, and you're slapping the shit out of each other to basically keep the roof over your head, right? I mean, let's be honest here. And I noticed this time around, the Dana White is handing out bonuses and stuff, and he seems like he's trying to dip into the pocket as well. So what is that like now? I know in the beginning people weren't getting paid too much. There was I don't know, were you getting free coupons or something like that in the first season? What was going on?
Yeah, a couple Butterfingers, maybe a Diet Coke,
Yeah, a couple,
Home Depot. The Grimace Shake. We got the Grimace Shake.
But when you got into it, you were probably like, hey, this is just fucking cool. Did you say, hey, I'm going to try to make a lot of money out of this, or I just want to experience this?
So listen, I wanted to do this even before Power Slap was created. So I tried to join Slap Fight Championships, which is JT Tilley's promotion, a great promotion. Basically, started it all here in America. He's the guy who, put rules to it, put some sanctions on it, and tried to make it more of a sport in and of itself. And you can watch that on YouTube. So I tried to join that, but unfortunately the schedules didn't work out. And, I wasn't able to perform there. But then the UFC and Power Slap came along. And, I myself am a big fan of slap fighting. Me personally, I have a great job. I really don't need the money. The job, I have a great job still that I do. I'm a sales administrator for a massive company. I take care of basically the whole East Coast for sales and logistics and things of that sort. So, I'm doing this for legacy and whatnot. But I gotta say, the money's coming up. There was some rumors going around that we're only making, 2 and 2, but that's only for like new guys. That's not real. Some guys are making a lot. I mean, one of them, AJ, I think he's made over $100,000 in a couple months, man. So, it's pretty significant,
Can you monetize it like with sponsors and stuff? Like I know with the UFC, they got their sponsors, so you can't have banners and shit like that. Can you show up with some sort of sponsors and get paid that way too?
So there's like a gray area with that right now.
Okay.
But Dana White, from what I heard, Dana White came up to one of my buddies and said, "Hey, did you get any good sponsors yet?" So I'm thinking, yes, we can get sponsors. Me, myself, I went after it regardless of anything. And I just said, fuck it. I'm going to get sponsors because I'm money hungry, king of kings, baby. So I got sponsors for days right now. But I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I believe so. I don't know.
All right, so it's a little loosey-goosey. We'll see what happens, right? I mean, if this thing explodes, God knows what the hell they're going to do with it.
They'll probably come down and be like, drop those sponsors. You're signed to Reebok. Here's some shitty Under Armour rock shoes.
The way... Dude,
and hold on. And those rock shoes, by the way, those rock shoes are fucking awesome. I can go in the other room and get you the McDonald's Force Ones that we get, bro. Those things are fucked off.
Did you see there's an interview of Tanner Bozer with James Lynch, and he was going off on the UFC like and the sponsors and stuff like that. They don't get paid a dime, and they got to wear this nonsense.
I mean, listen, he's right. If you're wearing, crypto.com or, this and that, you should get paid for it, right? Yeah. But no, I agree with the shoes, man. The shoes are just fucking awful.
Yeah. So now you're out. You have a great job at home, and you're like Batman. Like you're the Bruce Wayne in Ohio, and then all of a sudden you go to Power Slap, and then boom, now you're a superhero. What are the guys at your job say? Like when you get back to work, what do they say to you? Do they like, what the fuck? How did it go? Are they all excited for you? Like what do they? I mean, you're on TV now.
Absolutely nothing because I work from home.
Oh.
They don't see me. I don't see them. It's gravy. I can do whatever I want.
No kidding. So that's it's awesome. So they have no idea. So you can have coworkers. They have no clue that you're King Ryan.
No, they know they know about it. They know who I am. They have to. It's so funny because I got promoted. The reason why I couldn't fight in Slap Fighting Championship is because I was working towards a promotion, and I didn't want to take any days off. But I finally got that promotion. And they sent out a company-wide email about, me taking this role. And the guy I worked under put, "Oh, you might see Ryan on a UFC event here soon." And everyone started messaging me like, what is he talking about? And I had to spill the beans that I'm a slap fighter.
That's got to be weird, right? Like, because UFC is already odd, right? Well, I know a lot of UFC fighters like feel weird saying, "Yeah, I fight in the UFC," even though it's a great thing. But like, try to explain to the average Joe, they're like, "Wait, what? You're in your underwear? You're in a cage beating other people up?" Now, this is another extreme. Like, everyone thought UFC was crazy. Now, Power Slap, everyone's like heads are exploding. So when you like walk around and people start asking what you do and this and that, and friends or family hit you up, like, do you go down that road, or do you avoid it?
No, absolutely. I'll definitely tell them what I do. I'm not ashamed of it. Something I'm actually proud of. I'm a pioneer for a new sport, and I'm proud, 100% proud of that. And even though everyone's dogging I and everything like that, this is something I'm passionate about. I don't give a fuck about you talking shit about me. Could care less, bro. But I want to make you a fan. Yeah, I definitely do. And I think we have enough star power to make a lot of fans out of this sport. So I'm just waiting for that turnaround. But no, I'm not ashamed, man. I love telling people that what I do. I love showing them the videos. They all go, are shocked about it, and they're like, "Oh my god!" But it's funny because when you have someone that knows you, and they're like, "No, we know that Ryan's really fucking good at this," and they'll calm down. They'll be like, "Oh, okay," and like I tell them, like, I'm safe. There's doctors right on the stage. Basically, I'm given the best medical team around and that money can buy. They usually calm down and see it for what it is, more so like a career.
Mm-hmm. And someone said something in the chat about, like UFC fighters are in their underwear, basically, right? How come they have you guys fully clothed? Why are you guys not in your underwear? Anyone ever ask about that?
It's probably because no one does cardio. Who the fuck wants to see a guy with no six pack, right? I'm rocking a keg. You probably don't want to see that. I'm hairy. I'm Italian. I don't know.
I never understood why UFC had it like that. Why they have to be half naked to fight? Like, it is a little weird. At least you guys have clothes on. So that is a one-up on the UFC.
Hey, there you go. See, now, you're not now you're half gay watching
and are you married, or you have a girlfriend or anything like that?
I actually had a girlfriend, but she dumped me because she thinks I'm taking I'm choosing slap fighting over her, which is fucking insane. But not right now. I'm kind of just doing my thing, but we'll see what happens. I've had the girls aren't a problem for the king. Let's just put it that way.
I bet. I mean, you're a big star now. But this interests me. Excuse me, I can't fucking talk today. The fact that you had a girlfriend and she left you because of Power Slap. This is true, correct?
I can send you text messages, but this is not the first one. This is actually the second one that's done this to me. So yes, there are girls that do not like the slap fighting. So. Wow.
So okay, you get the call. You're gonna do this in front of Dana White. It's a big deal, and she's just like, "No, don't do it."
It was more like I have to go to Vegas.
Okay.
For a week, and she has a job too, and I don't know. It just she kept saying she was really intimidated by me, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I work. I'm home. It's not like I'm like going to Oprah Winfrey and handing out Teslas. I'm a normal guy still. I just slap fight. It's I don't get starstruck. I don't get in the moment and like, hey, my head's like I can't fucking fit through the door frame here. None of that. So I don't know. I think she was just I think she was a little too over her head or something. Who knows?
She sounds like a fucking weirdo. How long were you with this girl?
3 months.
Oh, okay.
She was definitely weird. You are definitely spot on that. But she was so cool, man. She loved playing video games. We played the Resident Evil series together to celebrate the new one coming out. Like, she was so fucking cool. And then, of course, something had fucking fuck it up. I blocked her.
Yeah, that is odd. I could understand if she was worried about your health. She doesn't want you to get like brain damage, but she thinks that's a bizarre thing to think. Well, all right, you're probably better off.
That's what I'm saying. Wait until I send you the text message, bro. You'll be like, what the fuck?
You don't have to. I believe you. So you get the call for this. You're power slapping. And by the way, like, now that you're doing this, I would imagine the level of woman is going to be out of control now. You're running around Vegas. You're on that stage. You're doing your thing. I would imagine that there's got to be some smoking hot broads throwing themselves at you eventually.
Like I said, it's never been a problem, even before Power Slap. So I'm taking it easy, like just holding back. I'm getting older, and I'm actually looking to settle down, But I'll tell you what, when you go to those Power Slap events, you're gonna see some hotties there, man. I mean, we got Playmate models there. We got Kendra Lust, always flashing her ass everywhere. There's the Power Slap chicks are top notch.
Yeah. So and when you look around there, who is the biggest celebrity that you locked eyes with at Power Slap?
Oh man, it depends on
Or who's someone
hard to say.
Who's someone that like you were like, oh, that's pretty cool that person's standing there.
Well, I couldn't see him, but John Cena. He was really there though.
It went over my head for a second. Yeah, I get you. You can't see me.
He was really there. I couldn't see him. Yeah. But he was there. I mean, that's a huge guy. I got to hang out with like Cowboy Cerrone for a second, and that was freaking crazy because I've been watching Cowboy since WEC, and I love that guy.
Sure.
So that I don't get starstruck, but man, that having him like having his arm on my shoulder, like what's up? I'm like, holy shit.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. I met Chuck Liddell, but he was kind of an asshole. Sorry, Chuck. Maybe you were really wasted. I don't know.
He seems like he's always drunk. What did he do?
Well, I think my friend pissed him off because we were walking, and all of a sudden he's like, Chuck Liddell, and I was like, what's up, Chuck? And he's like, get a picture with me quick. And he's like, oh, man. he kind of got pissed off a little bit, I think. And then I couldn't get a picture. He just ran away, like, real quick. So,
Interesting. Yeah, that's a little weird. Right? You could say, hey, man, I'm not down for a picture right now. You know? Why would you just, who knows? Yeah, he might have been on drugs.
Too many happy dads.
You hang out with the Nelk boys? You do any of that stuff?
I haven't personally, but they're a big fan of Power Slap. They sponsor us, and if you watch, I think it's Power Slap 2, but Power Slap 2, I think Steve Will Do It is offering fighters right after they fight shotguns of happy dads and stuff like that. It was absolute chaos. I
tell you, it's funny. I'm not the biggest Nelk. I'm not in the demographic of the Nelk boys, but I got to admit, I had a happy dad. It's not bad. It actually, I'm like, shit. I'm not supposed to like this, but I actually didn't mind it. I'm not a seltzer guy, but that actually didn't taste bad.
No way. I haven't had one still.
Yeah.
I've been looking to have one. I've had the new Monster Beast though. Oh, those are good.
I gotta check that out. So you slap people in the face. And I'm going to show this image over here. I was watching before we went live. There was a couple of clips on YouTube. You having a real back and forth. I don't know what the other guy's name is, but you were going back and forth with this dude. And, you're throwing everything you can in the direction of another human being to try to knock them down to the ground. You must, is the mindset like, hey, I don't want it to get back to me? Or are you saying, hey, if it does get back to me, this is how I'm going to handle it? Do you take one slap at a time? What's the strategy here?
I love wars, man. I love entertaining the fans. I love putting on a damn show. If I get hurt, I get hurt. So for me, I love just putting on an insane war, craziness. I think the match you were watching was me and the One-Eyed Wolf, and that guy is just a monster. No one wanted to fight him. They put me up against him. I was like, let's eat, baby. I'm going for it. So, so my mindset is just prepare for all the rounds, whether it be 3 or 5 or 10, or unlimited, prepare to die.
Mm-hmm.
So I go up there, Samurai Spirit, and, do you want to go up there and not take a hit? Yeah, absolutely. No one wants to take a fucking 285-pound dude slapped to the face, So if you can get it one and done and get out there and make your money for the night, that's the way to go. But, usually I'm fighting the guys at the top, champions, so I'm prepared for all the rounds.
There you go. And man, it's on YouTube. The wolf, whatever the hell it's, the one-eyed, I don't know, he was a fucking psychopath. He was like, he wanted to eat or something after you slapped him. He's like, I'm hungry, I want to eat or some shit like that. After you hit a guy with everything you got and he says that, are you like, you motherfucker? Like, what are you thinking?
Oh man, it was a back and, like I said, me and the One-Eyed Wolf, we were at each other's throats. We wanted to fight the whole time we were there. We knew me and him were going to be squared up because we were the two biggest guys. But, hitting someone with everything that you have and they just look at you and they eat it, it's like, damn, it is a very odd feeling. But like I said, for me, I'm like, yes, let's go. Now I'm in for a real war. Let's see who comes out on top.
And
right?
Are you fearful? Now you're coaching and stuff. So are you going to get back into it after coaching? Like after you healed up, you're going to get back into it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm coming for that title, baby.
There you go. And are you fearful about health injuries down the road, or are you just like, one day at a time?
I wouldn't say fearful, but more aware. Like I said, our facility, the people that we have looking after us, taking care of us, are second to none. We had one guy step in that was going to fight a super heavyweight in the Hawaiian Hitman, and we did an MRI scan on him, and they actually found out that he had a rare issue with his brain, and they immediately cut him and said, "Hey, you can't fight." Actually, just recently, I think the same thing kind of happened with Jack Magdalena. Is that his name?
Jack Magdalena, yeah.
Yeah, Jack Magdalena had one of his opponents dropped out. He got a new opponent, and this guy was from it's actually the Muscle Hamster. He's from Ohio. Shout out to the Muscle Hamster.
Are you familiar with him, the guy that just fought Jack Della Maddalena?
That he was gonna fight him, but they did the CT scan and they found he had a rare blood condition in his brain that would blood clot in his brainstem, and they cut him.
Oh my God, dude! Thank God they found that. Holy shit!
Yeah, check that out. So you can see that, they really hone in and make sure that you're good to go. If you're not good to go, they're getting rid of you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because God forbid something happens. It's just like the UFC. It's amazing. It's a miracle that they're like think about Michael Bisping. Somehow he got in there and was fighting with one eye. I'm like, how does that fucking happen? But with this, they better make damn sure they cross their T's and dot their I's. I mean,
yeah,
you don't want anyone getting, because with all the controversy, if someone gets injured or seriously hurt, that's a wrap, right?
Oh, I would think so. Like lawsuits can come into play. Who knows what could happen. And obviously with Dana White, everyone's gonna go and go after him immediately. So yeah, it's just any bad news is not good right now. We're still trying to build it up, so we're trying to stay positive.
Absolutely. By the way, in the chat, they're saying there's a UFC announcement. They're saying Islam versus, is it true? Sarukian? Is that true? Wait, Islam versus Charles 2. Oh, no, Charles 2. Oh, shit. Charlie Oliveira versus Islam, Abu Dhabi. It's going down a rematch. Let's go, man.
What? The date?
Abu Dhabi's in October, I think. Yeah.
What? There might be some power slap action out there, too, in that month. Who knows?
Also, some news that dropped, too. Well, Izzy was saying that Duplessis doesn't want to fight him in Australia, and Izzy's calling out Strickland. Izzy wants to do the man dance.
Oh wow! I like Drickus, but I would love to see Strickland versus Izzy. That would be sweet.
The lead up would be hilarious. And they're also saying Paulo Costa versus Khamzat. Wow, look at all this news popping up. Holy smokes!
Yeah. Paulo versus Khamzat. I think that's written in blood.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Paulo's really going hard on Khamzat Chimaev. So, do you find yourself as a big UFC fan as well?
Oh, yeah, man. I follow UFC. I try to follow as much as Bellator. I have some friends in Bellator. PFL, of course. And I love this. You ever see Fight Circus?
Yeah, dude.
I love Fight Circus, bro.
It is fucking wild, man, Fight Circus. Yeah. Would you get into something like that?
Oh, dude, call me up. Fight Circus, if you're watching, bring it, baby. I'm down to fight a mailman with bare fists. Let's go.
Dude, it's nuts, man. It's freaking nuts. One's in the chat if you've ever seen Fight Circus. That's out of control. Holy smokes.
Yeah, dude. I'm a big fan, bro. I through and through. I've literally watched UFC 1 live. Like I love MMA. That's why I find it so weird that, the MMA fans can't, latch on to this. It should be one or the other. A lot of the guys, too, are MMA and bare knuckle champions themselves. So
yeah. It's weird. I know from my experience, I'm like, oh, if Dana White's involved, I'm in, right? So that's why I gave it a shot. And then I don't know. I felt weird. I felt weird about watching it. I felt like I needed a cold shower. And when I had the UFC fighters on as well, and they were kind of ripping on it, they kind of swayed me in that direction. I have a feeling if I went to an event, I feel like it would change. I feel like my mindset would be like, okay, this is fun,
But there's nothing like the live event. That's 100% true.
Yeah, and especially if it's outside the Apex, if it's traveling around and it has a bigger crowd, I'm sure you can have a damn good time, get drunk and watch crazies just beat the shit out of each other. Do you What do you think about people saying you're kind of defenseless? Like, there's really no defense in this. Like, you're just, I mean, I understand you say you could tense your neck and kind of stiffen up, or you could roll with it. There's techniques, but at the end of the day, you're literally getting slapped in the face without being able to defend yourself. What's your counter to that?
Yeah, so with the rules that we have in place, it kind of nullifies a lot of the power that you think is getting generated through these slaps. We don't allow stepping, so you can't step into the slap, or you can't pivot your foot like you're shifting your weight like a pro boxer or something. So the slap's power gets minimized through the rules, but it's up to the participant to abide by those rules, obviously, and some don't. So
yeah.
But with defense, there's a lot of things you can do. Preventative maintenance, you can chew on the jawser, power up that jaw, do the exercises, whether it be, shrugs or deadlifts, or, pulling a kettlebell with a strap with your neck. There's plenty of things you could do for that. But there is technique.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give too much away because it's my special technique, and there's some people that do use it to great effect. But there's a way that you can time clenching your jaw and tensing up to where it leaves this part of your neck loose, so that you'll take the hit, but you'll be able to go with it, and it'll be like just enough soft. I don't know how to explain it, but it's to where you just don't get knocked out. So we're learning as it goes how to protect ourselves more and more, and I think you're going to see it evolve.
Interesting. And you made mention, too, that you kind of have to watch your opponent as it comes in and then close your eyes, right?
Yeah, you definitely – it's the shots that you don't see that will put you out, right? That's always like the rule of thumb. So that, to me, is important to watch the shot come at you. And then, I don't close both eyes. I leave one eye open, and I'll shut the one eye. Unfortunately, you can't see because the pit vipers. Yeah, there is little nuances that people aren't hip to yet, and I think as it grows, people will start learning more, and I think it'll become more of a who's better at this than that guy,
sure.
Like MMA.
Okay, and there we go. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're just jumping in, we're here with King Ryan Phillips from Power Slap. He's talking about the very controversial sport that has been dropped on the internet. It's on Rumble now. And you did make mention that there was stuff behind the scenes that they didn't show on the first season of Power Slap. So maybe if you could give us some fun stories that we didn't get to see on TV.
Yeah, I did tell you that, didn't I? I remember texting you. Yeah, I mean, there was some crazy moments. I mean, a lot of the show that you saw, you might be shocked to find, but a lot of the stuff that happened with like the fights with IZZY and Russell, those were the first 3 days, bro. That was it. We were there for 20 days. Those were the first 3 days.
Huh.
Think about that. So there was so much other shit going on. I mean, I was sleeping one time, and everyone's drinking the Howlerhead, cutting loose, getting ripped, and I'm trying to sleep, and something happened to where they started fighting again, and I jumped over the railing, got pissed off, grabbed two guys by the neck, threw them into the wall, was like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep," and I got pissed off. Me and my opponent got mad at each other. I threw water in his face, pushed him into a table. I mean, there was fights everywhere at this joint, man. And they showed minimal.
Wow.
I thought there was going to be like an extended cut or like a director's cut because there was so much awesome shit going on. But I mean, you really got a very small piece of what was going on in the house. That
is confusing to why they wouldn't show that stuff. You feel like that would be perfect to show on the commercials, the lead up on the next Power Slap, and someone, some of that crazy stuff happens. Was there security in the house? Like, how does that work? So I'm assuming there was people.
Yeah, there was first of all, there's cameras 24/7. So if you're caught with your pants down, you're caught with your pants down. Mm-hmm. There's security. They had like a little like bungalow house behind us that the production team, security, and all them would stay at. But yeah, if it was getting too live, that you would see some guy creep into the corner with like all black on, and you'd be like, "Who the fuck is that?" And it was like the security mercenary guy,
Yeah, it's got to be weird. Were guys in the house like beating off all over the place and stuff like that to try to get people like I feel like if you start doing crazy shit like that, then people will start leaving the room.
Pretty sure Slap Jesus was jerking off in the main bathroom. So yeah.
There was one character in Power Slap, and I don't want them to take any offense to this, but here. I thought this was a woman. I didn't even know if this was a guy. I had no idea over here. I don't know. No offense to this person. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything like that. But when I first saw this person, if you could help me out here, this is a guy, right?
Oh, AJ? AJ's my dude, man.
Okay.
Yep, that's the guy.
All right. When we first watched it, I was like, wait a second. I was really, really confused. Very good power slapper, correct?
Oh, he's a legend in and of himself, man. Big shout out to AJ. He just had a war with the legend himself, the Wolverine. Lasted all 5 rounds. Had a little hiccup, some learning pains, but he's going to come back real strong. And yes, I would like to report that AJ is, in fact, a dude and a very fucking cool dude at that.
There we go. All right, AJ. Listen, don't take any offense. I'm just asking a question here. Some people would question if I'm a man or a woman. Would you like to take some questions from the live chat?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Chat, here's your chance. Try to behave. We have a gentleman from Power Slap here, King Ryan Phillips, live on the show. He's nice enough to give us the behind the scenes of Power Slap and masturbating behind closed door, whatever. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going on here. You have a podcast as well, right?
Yeah, Barefisted Podcast. We do it every Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Oh, nice. Is that on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch. Yep.
Oh, nice. Yes, send me that link. I'll check it out. We're off that night.
Yeah, sure, awesome. Brother. Yeah, we do it. We have Power Slap ranked fighters on it that host with me, and we just have a good time, man. We bullshit. We'll make some UFC picks. We'll talk about Power Slap. It's a good time.
Good stuff. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Girth. They want to know your girth and length.
I don't know. I fucking 8 inches.
8 inches. Wow. Congrats.
Baby.
All right. There we go. Good job. Good job there. I don't know why your girl would leave that. Let's see. Let's see. Favorite moment in the Power Slap house. So what's like your favorite moment behind the scenes in the house?
I think the best moment was when this social influencer, Nina, came to the house. And she's a Playboy Playmate of the year 2018. She's a beautiful woman, but all the guys start freaking out like it's the first woman we saw in like years, man, because none of us, and like you said, no one was really jerking off or anything, so we were all, everyone's like, oh, I want to get her attention, and no, I'm going to get her attention. It was like a competition, but I think that was a great time. But we went to a UFC event. We got to go to a UFC event on Dana and got the whole VIP ride. That was also my favorite event too.
That's cool. And you're talking about Nina Drama, correct?
Yep, that's her.
Okay, yeah, I'm familiar. Yeah, she's everywhere now. It's crazy. And she's got naked pictures online. You could beat off to them later.
There you go.
Let's see. Sober Carl says, have you ever had a concussion before? If so, how many?
Well, I've been knocked out only once, and that was at a mosh pit for a local hardcore guy. So that would be a concussion. I think that would be the only one I've ever really had. I'm kind of neutral, but I've taken blows to the head before and never medically checked. So maybe more, but not a lot.
Okay. Let's see. Nick Matthews says, real question. Are the amateur slap bouts to get your feet wet before you jump into the big leagues?
Well, I shot right into the big leagues, baby. So I couldn't even tell you, but they're using slap fighting championships and the other promotions, I believe, as like a minor league to see what talent there is out there. And we'll poach them from there and see, what they got with the big guns.
So there is some sort of amateur system that's out there, you're saying?
It's in a sense, yes. I mean, you'll see a lot of guys from slap fight championships get called up into Power Slap. I think there's a sort of a semi deal there. JT Tilley, who owns Slap Fight, actually helped us evolve this Power Slap organization. So They're in cahoots. But I mean, as far as using your footage to get into Power Slap, that's probably the best way you're going to get in, is using those amateur fights.
Gotcha. Stephen Joe says, is there a diet regimen prior to your fights? Do you follow a strict diet before the fights?
Steaks and weights, baby. Eating those 24-ouncer pouncers and hitting the iron. Protein, creatine, BCAAs, amino acids, give it to me. Vitamins, that's what we do, baby. We train like pros.
There we go. Let's see. How many competitors and or weight divisions? Yeah, so how does that work with weight classes in Power Slap?
Same thing. Same thing like UFC, really. You have to, you're in your weight class. If you have to cut weight, you got to cut weight. You have to weigh in on time. If you don't weigh in on time, either the fight's off or you get fined. So that's more of a sporting culture there. But how many weight classes we got? Super heavyweight, heavyweight, lightweight, light heavyweight, welterweight, lightweight, and I think we got 2 more bantamweight and something else coming soon.
And last question over here: do you Power Slap spar? Do you so when you're training? Do you kind of?
Yeah, so you can put the headgear on and slap each other with the headgear on. That works really well. You can take a pool noodle, slap each other with the pool noodle across the face to help with not flinching, because that's also a big rule. Yeah, there's ways. Or you can get drunk, go to the bar, pick the average Joe up off his stool and slap the shit out of him and see what he's got. Hey, who knows?
There you go.
Wow.
Listen, man, I got to say this. You've made me a fan of you. I don't know if I'm quite as a fan of Power Slap yet, but I'm a fan of you, Ryan, and I'm going to root on whatever you do in the future, okay?
Much love, Chris, man. I'm a big fan of you guys, too.
I appreciate it. And to the people out there, as we wrap this thing up in a little bow, what should they look forward to in the future of King Ryan?
Well, they're gonna look forward to some viciousness, some championship wins, a belt around my waist or over my shoulder, whichever comes first. Ladies partying everywhere. Good content on my Instagram at _King_Ryan Phillips. Great content with Barefisted Podcast at Barefisted Podcast on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Check us out. I'm just here to have fun, man. I know it's a lot of people have their thoughts on it, but I'm having fun. I'm living my life. I'm making some money with that, and it's a good thing for some of these guys, and it's a good thing for me. It helps my mental for sure.
There you go. And our moderator found your podcast, so they're going to go subscribe to your podcast. And I think you just won the chat over, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, man.
Let's go, Ryan.
Hey. Woo! Love you guys, man. Hey, for real, we're all good people. We're all just want to entertain the fans, man. It's a competition, but at the same time, it's something fun. It's something new, and hopefully everyone gives it a chance and see if they like it or not.
All right. Well, listen, Ryan, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. And when you got something coming up, or come back anytime, hit us up in the DMs, okay?
Oh, I will, man. I bug you all the time. So.
All right.
Much love, brother.
There he is, King Ryan Phillips, live on the MMA-Holes. Let's go, chat. What do you say? What do you say? Wow, guys, you were vicious in the beginning, but I think you fell in love. I think you guys fell in love with him. I don't know. It's weird, man. It was weird. You guys were all savage, and then all of a sudden, you became a bunch of little puppy dogs in the chat. No, he's a good guy. He's actually a really nice guy. I wasn't going to drag anyone on tonight, and then he mentioned something in the DMs, and I was like, you know what? Let me ask him to come on. And I'm actually happy that he came on. He's like a super cool dude, really cool dude. And like I said before, listen, am I a Power Slap fan? No. But this is all early stages. You never know. You never fucking know. I wasn't a UFC fan in the beginning. When my buddies were trying to sell me Brock Lesnar fighting in a cage against other human beings, I was like, I don't know about this, man. I wasn't around since UFC 1, and now I fucking love the UFC. So, listen, never say never. That's all I got to say over here. But shout out to King Ryan Phillips, and go give him a follow on his Instagram. Go check out his podcast. Real cool dude. And, of course, we're going to be very biased and rooting for him, whatever he does in the future. So there he is. His name is _King_Ryan Phillips. PHILLIPS. Go give him a follow over there and say the MMA-Holes sent you. He dropped the shtick, and you can tell he's a really nice dude. I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't have brought him on, and because like you know how I feel about Power Slap, you know, like we did a couple of shows, and it was like all right, what are we doing here? But you know, after a couple of interactions with him on Instagram, he's like a really cool guy. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let's give it a chance. Let's see what he says. And I think he won a lot of people over. All right. So anyway, guys and gals of the chat. There are a lot of news broke in the UFC world, so we're going to talk about that. But I have some news here for you guys. Very important news, okay? Our sponsor, MyBookie.ag, okay? So MyBookie.ag, the promo code is MMA-HOLES for 50% match in your first deposit. Now, the bad news here, guys, is they did drop it from 100 to 50%, but you're still getting a 50% match. So everyone that uses our promo code MMA-HOLES, you get a 50% match on your first deposit at mybookie.ag. But I got something special for you guys, and this is actually kind of cool. They're doing an actual contest over here. So listen, we're a bunch of degenerate gamblers, right? A lot of us like to spend money and try to win big prizes. Well, on top of the money you could win at MyBookie and using our promo code, they're giving away Dustin Poirier signed gloves. Now, you may recognize this guy since he's headlining a card, UFC 291. There's a signed memorabilia giveaway going down, and here's how you can enter this giveaway. Of course, use our promo code MMA-HOLES at mybookie.ag to get the 50% match. But on top of that, if you retweet this post, okay, so go to Twitter. We already retweeted it. It's at MyBookie over here. You retweet this post. You follow them on Instagram. Super simple, okay? Have a successful deposit on mybookie.ag within the past 90 days. So basically use promo code successful deposit. I mean, that goes hand in hand. Boom, you're done there. And after you meet those three criterias, you send a screenshot to MyBookie's account over here. So send a DM with a screenshot of MyBookie account number, and you have a chance to win this Dustin Poirier glove. So if you want to know how to win this prize, go over to the Twitter at the MMA Holes. We just retweeted it. It's at MyBookie over here, and this is the giveaway. Use our promo code to get a 50% match in your first deposit, and then on top of that, you have a chance to win some Dustin Poirier gloves. The guy that took out Conor McGregor 2 times in a row over here. Go get them gloves. Actually kind of cool, man. Kind of cool giveaway. Listen, we're going to be winning that money anyway. So think about this. You deposit money, you use the mystical bets, bang, you win some money. And then on top of that, they choose you for those gloves. You win money, you win the gloves. It's a win-win. So go to mybookie.ag, do all that fun stuff. Shout out to Millions. We got a link in the description if you want to support the athletes. And speaking of Millions, we have a Millions athlete coming on next week. His name is Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez will be on the show next Wednesday, and I'm very excited. We haven't had Adrian on the show yet. He's been ducking us, but ever since we worked with MyBookie, he was nice enough to follow us on Instagram. So Adrian Yanez will be on the program. He had a little speed bump in his last fight, but this guy was like surging up the rankings, and Adrian's still a badass, so we'll get to hear his side of the story next Wednesday. He threw his name in the hat for Cory Sandhagen, and Cory Sandhagen needs a new dance partner. As Umar Nurmagomedov will not be fighting in Nashville. The main event is exploded, and this is a big problem. This is a massive problem because Cory takes a guy down in the rankings. Everyone else is all matched up over here, and Cory Sandhagen's hanging around like, okay, what's going on here? If we go to, let's go to Tapology. I want to look at this card here. I mean, whew, that's a problem, man. Cory losing that fight. And we'll get to the rest of the news that dropped, too. That's some crazy stories you guys dropped in the chat. All right, so where is it? Nashville. Oh, it's the same night as the Jake Paul fight. Did I just fucking pass it? What the hell? Right, it's the same night as Diaz Paul. Oh, my God. Okay, so here it is. Oh, boy. So Umar's out, and now they have like Andrade versus Suarez in the main event. Okay, now listen. Jessica Andrade, former champion. Tatiana Suarez, a lot of people thought was going to be a champion, but got injured. But boy, you got Jacoby versus our friend Kennedy Nzechukwu. I always screw up his name. Tanner Bozer versus Kimura. Actually, it's not a bad card. Oh, this crazy kid Lopez is back against Gavin Tucker. Ode Osborne. Yo, this is not a Billy Q versus Damon Jackson. Cootie Laba versus St. Preux. Shit, man. It's actually a pretty solid card. Cody Durden, Jake Hadley. Dude, this card is stacked. When is this? This is August 5th. Holy shit. I mean, essentially, they don't really need Corey to fight. I mean, you don't want to headline with Andrade versus Suarez. I'm sorry. No offense. But if they can get Corey a dance partner, this card is fire in Nashville. For Nashville, there needs to be a new dance partner. But yeah, let me know in the chat who you want to see fight Cory Sandhagen. And I saw, Umar Nurmagomedov is catching heat. I don't know what the injury is, or if it even is an injury. I'm assuming it is for him to pull out. But I'll show you the tweet that came up. Where did Conor pull it? Did he fucking do it again? And it looks like he did. He did, you motherfucker. I should have screenshotted it. So Conor McGregor says it runs in the family with the Umar Nurmagomedov. Damn, I knew he was going to pull it. I should have screenshotted it. Note to self, always screenshot a Conor McGregor tweet. So Yanez put his name in the hat. He did put it, but it didn't seem like it was going to work out. Adrian Yanez is targeting to fight in September, but he did throw it out there. I don't think the stars are lining up. Let's look at the rankings real quick and see if the Giannis fight would make sense. Of course, it would make sense for us, considering we're having him on next week, right? And Giannis seems like a really cool dude, man. I'm looking forward to getting to know him a little bit better. The only I got wrong was Leon versus Colby headlining for Abu Dhabi. Yeah, always screenshot McGregor. Yeah, I know. That's a rookie mistake by me. Okay, so Corey's sitting at 4. You got Peter Yan. What is up with Peter Yan? I tell you, Yan versus Sandhagen, run it back. I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate that. Rob Font, what is he doing? He just beat Adrian. Adrian's all the way down to 13. So, you had Umar at 11. Man, could you imagine Adrian Yanez skips that whole line and fights Corey in the main event? It's not impossible. 4 versus 13. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people in between, but everyone else is kind of linked up. You're not going to run it back with Cheeto because he got fucked up. Dude, what's Ricky Simone doing? You might have a better chance making that happen. I wonder if anyone's going to slip in on this one. Yeah, who would you like to see? Listen, I would love to see Adrian get that shot, man. But he is coming off a loss. Yeah, Cruz would be good. But I don't know. Is Cruz even fighting again? What is up with him, man? What's up with Dominic?
Super chat.
We got Tetra Nova.
I was the first victim of only 50%. They didn't know. Person face palming.
Yeah, it's actually Tetra. Are you the one that slipped into the DM? Yeah, I had no idea either. I was like, wait, what's going on? And they're like, I'm sorry. Because they switched it with everyone, the athletes as well, 50%. But it's not a victim. You win, you're still getting 50% more than you would even get in an original deposit. And now you got a chance to get... actually, Tetra, then follow this. Go over here, man. You got a chance. You deposited. So screenshot that shit. Go over to the social media. Follow the rules over here. You'll have a chance to win Dustin Poirier gloves. Or a signed glove. I guess they're giving away 2 of them. Win one of 2 gloves with Dustin Poirier's autograph and additional prizes as well. So yeah, you already made a deposit. So go over there and follow the rules. Get that glove, man. I hope an MMA hole gets that glove. That'd be awesome. What's up? Ryan's in the chat. Actually, you know what? It's good that you're here. Let me subscribe to the channel. Go to channel here. Let me give him a pop here. Barefisted Podcast. All right, you got another subscribe right here. And hit that notification bell, just like on our channel over here. You got to hit the notification bell. Hit all. Very important. If you just subscribe to a channel, it literally is not like you're not subscribed to it. Subscribe, hit all on notifications, just like on our channel. Please do that because a lot of people aren't getting notifications because they're not hitting all over here. So go subscribe to Barefisted Podcast. I like that name. That's definitely a memorable name. All right. Oh, you know what? I just reminded myself I got to hit monetization on this puppy. Here we go. Put in for a review. There we go. By the way, I got my new Mystical Moss shirt on over here. Let's go, champs. Go. The MMA-Holes.com. Get it. Get it. Get it. All right, so do you think Cory's going to stay on that card? I tell you what, I just looked at the card. Even without Cory on it, that's a monster card in Nashville. It's a really good one. But, of course, you would rather, you want as many fights on there as possible, right? Especially if you go into the event. So Cory Sandhagen needs a dance partner, and we're trying to figure out who that partner is going to be. Let's see. Jay Smith, weather has been humid. Okay. Barefisted Podcast. I love me some barefisted, bro. It's actually kind of cool, man. Yo, Ryan, go if you watch the replay, just go through the chat and watch all the toxicity in the chat early, and then how they just slowly turn around. That's what I love about this fucking community. Like, they're a bunch of savages, and then like, well, I don't hate this person. It makes me feel good too. Like, we actually were able to work it out. We were able to get through it together. Best community in the world. Dana just announced some big fights. Yeah, dude, it's fucking nuts, man. All right, let's talk about some of these big announcements over here. I would have loved to freaking clickbait it with that shit, but we're live, so. Let's see what we got here. What is Dana White talking about? What's up, everybody? It's me, Dana White. I got some big news. Big news. What's up, everybody? All right, here we go. 14 minutes ago, guys. So if you're just jumping in, by the way, everyone, hit that like button. We need some likes. This is unacceptable. What do we got here? 69 likes, $130 watching. This is nonsense. Hit the fucking like button. We're about to drop some big news by Dana White. Shoot. Okay, let's drop this down. What's up, everybody? Okay, Dana. You guys ready? Make sure we properly hit the like. More likes, guys. 77 likes, 132. Can we at least get to 80 likes or something? There we go. 80 likes. All right, let's go.
What's up, everybody? UFC.
Like clockwork. By the way, I think I got to move this logo up. Fucking Streamlab. I don't know. Spreadshirt. It's got to go up. It's got to be like here. It's supposed to be on your chest. That's what I'll do after the stream. It's so annoying. Here we go.
UFC President Dana White, I'm here to announce that the card that everyone has been waiting for, we got it done. Abu Dhabi, UFC 294 on Saturday, October 21st.
I'm convinced he's going to have a heart attack after one of these announcements. What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody? UFC President Dana White. I'm here to announce that the card that everyone has been waiting for, we got it done. Abu Dhabi, UFC 294 on Saturday, October 21st. The main event, Islam Makhachev will defend his lightweight title in the rematch against Charles Oliveira.
It's the right fight. At 155, that is the appropriate fight. Which concerns me a little bit is, wasn't Charles not ready? Wasn't he not going to be ready, health-wise, for this fight? Listen, Charles is a beast. He's coming off a really big win. I picked him in that win against Benny, but Islam's about to do the same shit. It's going to be a repeat performance.
Makhachev has won 12 in a row, and the former champ, Charles Oliveira, has won 12 of
Isn't it Makhachev, Dana?
His last 13, including finishes over Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, and his one loss in those 13 fights is to Islam. After that loss, he bounced back with a first-round TKO of Beneil Dariush, extending his UFC record for most finishes to 20. Also on the card, the guy everybody's been waiting to
It's official? Is it official?
hear about, Khamzat Chimaev returns, and he will be facing Paulo Costa.
Oh, man. See, now these announcements way bigger than when they dropped Cory versus Umar. When they dropped that shit, that was weak. That was weak sauce, man. That whole announcement that like Corey Umar was the biggest thing, and that even just fell apart. This is mega. Same card, bro. Our biggest viewed card on this channel was Islam versus Oliveira. Let me just double check here. Right? Islam Oliveira won. I think that was our biggest viewed card ever. I remember Will Harris hit us up. He's like, he was there, and he was like, dude, that's gonna be a big night for you. I'm like, I don't know, will it? And yeah, it just so happened to be a 500,000 views on this. Islam versus Charles. Holy smokes. So now we're going back. Holy crap, man. That's going to be a big night. When is this again?
Chimaev is 12-0, 11 finishes, and he's coming off a dominant first-round submission of Kevin Holland.
This is good, man. This is a good one. This is good stuff. The only negative is it's going to be a little earlier in the day. But the last one was, and it was still fun.
Costa has an 86% finish rate. And let me just say this. He and Chimaev do not like each other.
He couldn't finish Luke Rockhold. Come on, boss. Come on. He couldn't finish Luke Rockhold, for God's sakes. He's not that good. Pump the brakes with Paulo Costa.
This should be one hell of a fight.
But still a good fight. Yeah, still a good fight.
Costa was originally scheduled to face Ikram Aliskerov in Salt Lake City next weekend, so now we're moving him to UFC 294 as well. He'll be taking on 12th ranked Nasruddin Imavov.
Oh, man.
It's also the 5th edition of Abu
Imavov, oh my God. Dude.
Dhabi Showdown Week. UFC will take over the city with parties, meet and greets, fan events.
They got to bring Sean Strickland there, though. That's it.
Up to UFC 294. I love Abu Dhabi. I tell you all the time. They have the best restaurants, the best shopping.
The best hookers in Blow.
Unbelievable service. You literally could not ask for a better destination for a fight.
I guarantee, man, when Dana gets there, you saw that sweep that Dana gets? I guarantee there's a bunch of virgins just laying on the bed naked for him. I guarantee it. I guarantee when Dana loves going to Abu Dhabi. I guarantee there's 12 virgins on the bed. We get ones in the chat if you agree with this. Like, Dana, the doors open up. Mr. White, your room. And then it's like, ah! They're all giggling and like, and Dana just drops his pants and is like, suck my dick. What's up, everybody? Who's going to suck my dick? Right? Dana walks in like this.
What's up, everybody? You have.
Oh, I got my dick out, girls. Let's go, baby.
Love Abu Dhabi. I tell you all the time. They have the best restaurants, the best shopping, unbelievable service. You literally could not ask for a better destination for a fight. If you've never been, tickets are on sale now, so make your plans, and I will see you at the fights.
Tickets are on sale. Wow, could you imagine? Dude, flying to Abu Dhabi and going to these fights, that'd be a blast. I would do that in a heartbeat, man. Get that media, go there. Abu Dhabi, that would be sick. That would be pretty sick. Bet the house on Islam and Khamzat. I would agree. Although Khamzat versus Paulo, I think Paulo is incredibly overrated. But Islam moving up, he did good against Mearshart. That's one fight. There's still a lot of questions with Khamzat, but I'm probably going to put a bet on both of those guys. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. If Paulo Costa is a big underdog in that fight, though, I'm assuming people are going to go that direction. Who's gonna be the fucking favorite, Khamzat or Paulo? You meant to say little boys. Uncle Dana thinks he's a Roman. Boris is ready to eat. Wow, this is a good announcement. This is a solid fucking announcement, man. This is a solid one. It's about time, man. We got a really good one here. So when is the date on this?
What's up, everybody? UFC President Dana White. I'm here to announce that the card that everyone has been waiting for.
So it's UFC 294. Okay. UFC 294. What's up, everybody? 294. This is awesome. I'm pretty psyched, man. It may not look like it, but inside I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this. UFC 294. Search it, baby. Let's see if Tapology is usually really good. So it is UFC Abu Dhabi, October 21st. Wow. Wowzers. Okay, so they still got to put this together here. Tim Elliott versus Makhachev. Is that still on the card too? Damn, I want to see.
Let's go, champ.
What do we got here? Jay Blowful, how you doing, buddy? What Khamzat and Burns was a war. I still think could be champ 170 and 185 easy if he could make the weight. Yeah, it's a bummer. I really wanted to see Khamzat win the belt at 170 and then just immediately move up. Don't defend it. Just move up and then fight at a more comfy weight and go for that belt. I would have loved to seen that. But the 170 experiment seems like it's done. Yeah, I think that's it for Khamzat. Take him off the rankings there. He's a middleweight. Man, I just want to see this in front of me, this card. Like, I want to look at it. I want to stare at it. What the hell is this? What is he eating here?
So I've told you about this burger before. This is Irv's lettuce wrap protein burger.
Lettuce wrap protein burger. Okay. I've had lettuce wraps. They're actually not that bad.
It's unbelievable. The pop-up is here tomorrow at Red Rock Casino. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because I respect In-N-Out Burger. I think their burgers are great. Their business is run well. This burger at Irv's is better than In-N-Out. Come here tomorrow and tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. How much you get paid for that? Irv's Burgers. Man, I miss Vegas. Next year, we're going, baby. I'm going. Adesanya versus Strickland is happening now, it seems, Moss. I did speak about that. We might as well segue to that story. So, yeah, right before we went live, I retweeted this. By the way, I commented the man dance under here. So make sure you fucking hit the retweet. It's got to be Sausage. He's the only one that retweets our shit. Yeah, come on, Sausage. Yo, go hit the retweet. Hit the like. Hit the heart. Get that fucking song showed. So here, this went right before we went live. We retweeted this. Israel Adesanya basically is saying Dickless de Poussey does not want to fight him.
I don't even know how to start this, bro. Dickless de Pussy. You fucking bitch. Oh, all you had to do is put on some gloves. I was ready to go again. No, you weren't. You're a bitch. That's why I'm not taking this fight. Your foot sore. Nigga, my knee was jacked 2 weeks from my last fight. Guess what?
So I guess Duplessis, he needs some time to heal here. And Izzy wants to get in there in Australia. That's when he wants to fight again. When is that card?
Why did I show up? Because that's what a fucking champion does. Championship caliber. Built different.
Super
A
chat.
super duper duper super chat.
You think Paulo has a chance? Wrestling up.
I mean, everyone has a chance, right? Listen, I think Paulo Costa is a very funny dude. I really do. But I have been on this Paulo's overrated thing for a while. He's very overrated. Very, very overrated fighter. So the most fascinating thing about Costa versus Khamzat is the unknown of Khamzat Chimaev. We only saw one fight in the UFC of Khamzat at middleweight. He ran through his opponent, but it was Mearshart. Paulo should be a little bit better than Mearshart, but at the same time, we don't know. He choked against Izzy, and he barely got by Luke. I got to be honest. As that fight was going on, I feel like Luke was kind of turning it around. It was a crazy fight. So who knows, man? But it should be a car crash. It really should. You know, it should be a car crash of a fight. They have history, the two of them. So does he have a chance? Of course. You could always say he has a chance, but I'm probably going to bet on Khamzat Chimaev. And I have to be honest with you, Khamzat Chimaev, to me, is the more exciting person to move forward, right? Because if Khamzat gets that belt and if somehow we could keep him active, come on. Khamzat's an interesting character. Whereas Paulo Costa, like, he's always worrying about money and contracts, and sometimes he spends more time tweeting than actually fighting. So, I don't know. Both guys are shelved guys. It's annoying, so we'll see what happens. But I like the matchup. I do. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but I'm going to go Khamzat Chimaev for the dub. Maybe a little biased. And, yeah, we did see him grapple against, what's his face? Was it Hermanson? And, you know, look how he did against grappling against Hermanson. So Khamzat can wrestle the big boys. Khamzat Chimaev wrestled in 189 to 202 pounds before. Yeah, listen, he's got experience with that. He was a big welterweight, kind of a weight bully welterweight. So, but still, there's questions. There's a lot of questions with Khamzat, and you can question him, after the Gilbert Burns fight. You can question him about that. Regardless, I'm picking Khamzat.
What do you fighters talk about? Oh, I'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. No, you won't. I do.
Do you feel? I feel like Israel Adesanya. I feel like he's trying to speed this up and have DDP not fight him. Is anyone feeling this? Like, I feel like he knows. Like listen, Robert did hit him. There is some sort of injury going on here. I have a feeling that Izzy is probably trying to say, okay, I want to fight in Australia. He's not ready. Let's play this angle and just call out Sean Strickland. I don't know if he wants to fight. Not like he's scared of Duplessis, but wouldn't you rather fight Strickland? Like, if you had a choice against Dricus and Strickland, who is the fight that you would rather take if you're Izzy? I would imagine it'd be Sean. The lead up is going to be crazy. Like Dricus' lead up is going to be crazy too. But Dricus just ran through Robert Whittaker. Sean Strickland had a trouble in the first round with that Russian dude. So I have a feeling he just rather fight Strickland. It's going to be a fun lead up and an easier fight for him in his mind.
Alex Volkanovski does. We're built different.
By the way, Volkanovski's out with an injury. Like, this is actually pretty funny.
Talk about, oh, I'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime. No, you won't. I do. Alex Volkanovski does. We're built different.
Well, Alex Volkanovski's out with an injury, and he can't fight Islam Makhachev because he has this injury. They can't rematch. Duplessis has an injury. He can't fight you because of an injury. What the fuck are you talking about, Izzy? I think he does have CT.
Anyone, anywhere, anytime. No, you won't. I do. Alex Volkanovski does. We're built different. I'm at the gym right now, about to get some work. So I'm fighting in Sydney. I don't give a fuck who. Dickless, Dupussy, Dickless. Fuck off. You're out. Strickland, you're in. Let's do the man dance. Show you how to really dance. Yeah. Well, yeah. I title what you guys talking shit about. I can fight. No, you can't. You pussy.
Okay, guys. What do you think about this? What do you think? I want to know your thoughts. He wants to do the man dance. He wants to do the man dance, but does he really want this? Does he really want this smoke? Huh?
So here's the thing, you guys. He's a good-looking dude.
Does he want it?
A couple times. That was weird. Might as well get some brain damage. Do a little man dance. Dance. Do a little man dance. Dance. Do a little man dance. Dance. Do a little man dance.
If you want to see the full video, go to the video, hit the like button, share the video on our channel. Share it. Get that thing some views. It's a tragedy. The views on that. An absolute tragedy. Go check it out, baby. Go check it out. I was thinking, it'd be pretty badass. Look at Izzy. It'd be badass if Izzy took that song and walked out to it on his way to fight Sean Strickland. Izzy should take the man dance song. Izzy does his little fucking dance moves and shit with glow sticks. That's what I think Izzy should do. So Adesanya, listen, you got to fight Sean Strickland, get to do the man dance, walk out to him singing. That would be the way to go. All right. What was the other news that broke? Man, so much shit. So much shit. What else is there? Abu Dhabi's going to be fucking hot. Wow, thank you. Thank you. People are tagging us. Okay, what else we got there? Anything else? All right, let me know in the chat if there's anything else you'd like to discuss. We had King Ryan Phillips on the show from Power Slap. If you missed it, run it back. I want to know in the comment section what you thought about King Ryan. But let's get some last words from the chat. Hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. It's been a pleasure to be live streaming in front of the best community in the world. Dun, 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 dun. After watching Vettori handle Costa, I see Khamzat smeshing him. Interesting. That's interesting. Lean back, the manliest man dance. Pantoja whooped Islam. You know, ever since I did that bit on Brendan Schaub with Pantoja and Islam, he conveniently blocked me right after that. I wonder if he caught wind of us horsing around about that. Curious. I had this in my fantasy picks. Let the lead up begin. I tell you, man, the lead up to Izzy versus Strickland. Now, it's not official. Izzy's just throwing it out there. He wants to fight quickly. When is the Australia event? I'm not sure. Does anyone know the date? Drop the date in the chat if you're familiar with the date. The Australia. I mean, Izzy should fight there. But then again, shouldn't he fight in Africa? I don't know. GSP versus Nick Diaz, the number one choice for the grappling match. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Maybe I'm crazy, but I don't give a fuck about GSP grappling. Like, I don't care about him coming back to grapple. In fact, watching that grappling nonsense, like, it's like watching boxing. Like, there's interest, a little interest here and there, but I don't give a shit. I want GSP to fight in a cage, punch people in the face, kick people in the head, take people down, do his thing. But I don't give it. Does anyone give a shit about GSP grappling? I'm not going to. Like, why are we making a big deal about this? Like, I feel like it's the dumbest shit ever. Even if it's Nick Diaz in there, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's weird. And a new champion, dude, if Sean Strickland wins that belt, oh my God. Dude. I don't think I will. I probably won't. I mean, if it's on a Saturday and nothing's on, maybe I'll watch it. But I don't give a fuck. Charles versus Islam 2, yep, it's a done deal. I think it's nonsense, man. Listen, I respect jiu-jitsu, but I have to be honest with you. As a fan of the UFC, right, I like watching the UFC. I like watching MMA. I like watching the regional promotions. I like watching, you know, the sub so-and-so lesser promotions. But I don't give a shit. That's why we watch the sport for different techniques. I watch it for MMA. MMA, mixed martial arts, the entire, you know, combination. I don't give a shit. Why should I give a shit? GSP's coming back to grappling. Like, who cares? Like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't know. Am I crazy? I don't give a fuck about it. The one thing I hated about GSP, the one reason why I thought GSP was boring back in the day was because of the grappling. So what are we going to do? We're going to take away all the striking and watch him do what I hated? You know what I'm saying? And in the UFC, I can appreciate the jiu-jitsu if it's a back and forth on the mat, a switch of techniques. I could appreciate it there because I know punch face is coming, knee in the face. I know that's coming. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's just straight up a full event of grappling. It's like pulling. I don't know. It's like I might as well pull my eyeballs out. If GSP returned to MMA, I would be, MMA, yeah. Like, that's, you know. They're saying Nick Diaz. That's what that sausage said. You know? The rematch of the century. yeah. Anyway, I'm stuck on Twitter over here. All right, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, yeah, tough. Yeah, that's what we didn't get into. So, yeah, check this new donation. So Tough 31 went down, and Conor McGregor got a bounce-back win. That's the one thing we forgot to talk about. Also, Conor McGregor, there was some funeral. Dude, the weirdest crap has been going on with McGregor. So we'll end on this, which... Okay. Oh my God, this Banana Ching girl is so annoying on Twitter. All right, so here is one of the many tweets about this. Okay. So, Conor McGregor, if he were to lose this fight in The Ultimate Fighter, he would have got swept. The first time in Ultimate Fighter history. The first time we decide not to watch an episode of The Ultimate Fighter, Tough 31. Conor gets the win. And I would like to say that Conor won because of us. Thank you. Gondo, high five. I think we're the reason. I'm just going to pat myself on the back for that. We don't watch it. Conor wins, okay? So, Conor, you're welcome. So, this happened over here. We got to see this on the second channel. Might as well subscribe to Not the MMA Holes, our second channel, because we did talk about this while I was really high. But, so this happens over here. The right, a kid from Boston got the job done. Drops him down. It's Hunter Azure, by the way. The best part about this is the follow-up, man. Double-fisted Hulk smash hammer fist coming down. Watch this. Fatang! Yo, man. Footage. Comes in there and just bashes this man's head in the mats. Vicious. Absolutely vicious finish. And then you got... Oh, hold on. And then you got Conor just run. This is actually pretty funny. So there's Conor running around the cage. There's Dana running around the cage. That's actually pretty funny. Oh, my God. Conor was celebrating like he won the Super Bowl. Oh, my God. Is he doing this now, too? I think Sean Strickland's right. I think Joaquin Buckley could be the most cringiest person on the internet. What did it say is?
When the drugs don't work, they just make it worse. But I know I see your face again.
He's, oh my God. Buckley's something else. Here's the clip of, anyway, congratulations to Conor. You got the win. Here's the clip of Conor getting escorted out of some sort of, so it looks like a pub. They're saying funeral home, but it did look like, it did look like it's like a pub that they're at. But you can see like there's a fancy car. There's guys in suits. And the fans are running up like, Conor! People are saying, get up. So the way he's being rushed out of here, something definitely went wrong. Something good did not happen. Get out of the way. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My friend used to do that. That was his Irish accent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, that's terrible.
Harry, come here now.
These poor kids, they just want to say hi to Conor. Like, think about it. Like, these kids idolize this dude.
Conor! Get it!
Oh, he gave him a honk. Ole, 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 ole. The corpse is okay. The corpse is okay. He sucker punched a corpse, a cadaver in the coffin. There's another clip of... Oh, here's what Joaquin Buckley was making fun of.
Murder.
No, this is another clip.
Murder. Everybody else. Scousers on the golly.
What the fuck is going on? So this was released after that happened. I don't know the story. Apparently cops are investigating. There was some sort of like brawl that went down and they escorted him out of the building. God knows. Lord, like we don't know what happened. Oh, here it is. Here's the so here's the brawl. But you don't see Conor. A little Irish dancing going on here. A little Irish mosh pit. I've been involved in those. How many ones in the chat have you been involved in this? In a pub? It's the dumbest way to fight. It really is dopey. Because you're usually getting dragged out by a fucking massive sized bouncer. A lot of angry white people. This is a big sausage party. And the girl's like, stop it! Oh my God, I'm getting fucking flashbacks, man. Don't remind me. Yo, like when you see this, right? Those that have been involved in this nonsense, when you see this, is it not the cringiest shit in the world? Just sleep it off. Oh my God. I think back and I'm like, oh, that was fucking stupid. When we would go out, we would try to hook up And if we couldn't hook up, we would start a fight. Like, that was it. Like, every Saturday night, that was our thing. It was literally the dumbest thing you could ever do. And it ended like that. Usually girls were involved and guys were, it was a dick size competition and everyone's screaming. Girls like, stop! Dude, I feel so like I feel embarrassed watching this shit. It was fun at the time. I will admit at the time it was, but in hindsight, looking back, man, it's so goofy. Such a goofy thing. So anyway, that's an update on Conor McGregor. There we go. Oh, here we go. Lee.
When Conor does end up returning, do you think
I'm a robot that likes to do interview?
He fights Michael Chandler.
Yeah, what a tough question.
Is that his kid climbing in the background?
I sure hope for Chandler's sake. Red Panty Night is still very real. Conor is the top draw in our
Would they just see him at a restaurant and decide to how did this happen?
Sport by a lot. So if you're a prize fighter and you don't mind fighting, but you would like a prize, it makes a level of sense to wait for McGregor, but only a level of sense, not your whole career. And if I was in Chandler,
that kid's gonna flip over. That kid's just gonna face plant. Like, he doesn't even give a shit. He's just like, yeah, it's all right.
I would be saying, Conor,
that's totally normal.
Conor's next fight is me, but I'm not guaranteeing anybody.
Dude, if the kid just flipped over, the wall,
my next fight is Conor. There's no reason that Chandler didn't get on with it or get something else.
Jill Soden, why is your kid climbing over the wall? Why I'm trying to do interview with you.
Scheduled. And hindsight's always 20/20, but I'm just sharing with you that
this kid's trying to commit suicide in the background.
At some point, you've got to go out and you've got to compete, and Chandler is wasting time. That for sure is true.
Beautiful. There you go, Conor. Celebrate. Big win. All right, there we go. Thank you. He's done being a dad, yeah. He's mailing it in. Well, guys, that was fantastic. I had a blast hanging with everyone in the chat. Please distribute your like down below on the stream. Share the stream out on social media. Say, yo, we got a flying circus over here called the MMA-Holes. Share it around. Tell the peeps. Tell your friends. We'll be back on Friday for Fook Off Friday. If we're live on any off nights, it's, of course, on our second channel, not the MMA-Holes, where I proceed to get high. And it's really silly. And play video games and whatever. Thank you guys for stopping by. Seriously, and make sure you go check out King Ryan Phillips, who is on the stream talking about Power Slap. You may be more interested after listening to the interview. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Are you still anti-Power Slap? Or are you pro-Power Slap? Or do you care? Do you not care? And let me know your thoughts on all the topics. A lot of things dropped for tonight. Thank you again for stopping by. We got UFC London as well on Saturday, early, so make sure you set your alarm clocks and hit that notification bell. But don't be an a-hole, be an MMA-hole. Good night.
Pearl cream.